Hola, my lovely people. Welcome back to another video by yours truly, the butterfly. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support. If you are returning, thank you that you keep taking your time to pop by my channel. And if you are new, I hope you like it. I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe. I hope you turn on that notification bell so that you know each and every time that I upload a new video. So today's video will be short. I hope it will be. Yeah, but it's just some Q&As, some questions. Q&A? No, A is the answering part. Okay, fine. It's just me doing a Q&A, okay? Me answering some of the questions that I received from my last video, the one I posted on Iitala and the baptism. My friend chat to me says, the looking of the kitchen, apparently Iitala. But yeah, the video is, I'll put the link somewhere here so that you can watch it if you didn't watch it. But yeah, let me just get right to it. So I took a few questions from some of the conversations that I've had with some people close to me. Some people, it's just my family from online who sent me some questions, and we're just having a few questions who are just asking a few things based on the previous video and some of the things that obviously you guys didn't get to see, but that's also just because I didn't want to make it too long, so I trimmed out some things, but I think that also kind of brought out some confusion. So I'm just going to read some of the questions that I saved here on my laptop from my phone. Okay, actually, and I want to say I am so sorry to everybody that's been sending me messages, DMs and all that, and I haven't responded on time. I'm really gonna do better. As I said in my get to know me video, I hope you watched it. I've been off IG and Facebook and all that since 2017, so I'm really not active. I'm trying to, for the sake of, you know, the butterfly family, but I'm not doing a very good job. But I'll really try my best, just so that we can engage, and especially the video on the mental health and all that. I had a lot of responses, I had a lot of messages, and I just want to say shout out to all of you that went out and sought the help. Is it guys sought or sought the help that you need, and that you continue to do so. I really pray that you continue on your journey to healing. As I said to one of the people that wrote to me, it is a journey, it's not a destination, because you constantly have to keep working on your mental health. There is no, oh, I finally made it, I'm here, back to normal, whatever. You constantly have to do that because you keep going through different stages of your life that need they need improvement, need different phases are going to require different versions of you. You might not be prepared for some of those changes, so it might take a toll on your mental health. But if you continuously seek the help, continuously do the work, continuously take better care of yourself, you will enjoy the journey, as I said. But yeah, let me get right to it. I'll start with one of my favorite questions. It was actually very funny, ne? The person asked me, anokani hakatirwa mea. Well, in English is, do they not pour water on the child when the pastor was baptizing the baby? I'm so sorry again, you're gonna be hearing a lot of cars. We live too close to the road, to be honest. But yeah, so I did take out some of those parts for the sake of my baby's privacy. I mean, he didn't ask to be part of this family. But yeah, no, I did take out some of those parts, but I think I'll find a picture and I can just show it. But they did pour the water for the christening of the baby. I just didn't include it, but yeah, they do pour water on the baby, because the person actually asked me if Anglican church doesn't pour water on babies. And I was like, no, in as much as I'm not Anglican myself, they do. My godchild, my only godchild, is Anglican. I was a godmother at the Anglican church, so I did see that they do that. But yeah, so the second question was, what was on the Iitala menu? I didn't show the food. I just realized I didn't get to show the food. Guys, there's so much that was happening. But anyways, what was on the menu for me was, remember, ne? And you're going to see differences in my arms. It's a long story. I decided I'm not gonna change after it happened. But anyways, remember that it was a baptism and Iitala for us. So it wasn't just one event. So I didn't focus on one like for example traditional food. It was a combination. So I had savory rice, which was with rice with bacon and green peas, I think, peas. And then I had assorted veggies that were steamed, that had like a white sauce, if I'm not mistaken. We had meat, grilled meat. We had like roasted, like they were busy doing it right there and then. Then we had bamboo chicken, and then we had beef stew, and then we had I don't even know if I would remember. Yeah, and then we have green salad, obviously a normal Greek salad. And then yeah, and then we now had the Shuambo menu. We had a dingu, dried meat. We had oshingali, beans. We had obviously the Oshuambo chicken, marathon chicken. Sorry guys, sorry to my non-bamboo speaking people. It's marathon chicken. We don't claim the chicken, it's marathon chicken, the running chicken. We had marathon chicken. We had pap, obviously. We were supposed to have a dried spinach or evanda, but I don't remember if we eventually did that. And I'm saying that because everything was diyarmakar in my head. And then we had I think that was about it. Oh, and then we had what is this, omaungo? Yeah, like snacks. So that was what was on our menu. Everybody loved the food so much. It was very, very good, if I have to say so myself. It was so good. Did you have to speak? I did speak. I obviously didn't include it in the video, but I did speak. But I only spoke on the part that was relating to my son's baptism. I spoke about his like names. He has 3 names. One meaning the first name meaning follower of God or flock of God. Second name meaning beam of light. He is our beam of light, the light in our lives. It was so funny when I had to explain that in Oshwambo, and I was like, "Okauyelele kenyango," you know. I couldn't get the word beam of light in Oshwambo. I really couldn't. If anyone knows how to say that in Oshwambo, please tell me down in the comment section. And then his third name means halolai naligwani, for like God's will be done. Basically, I explained that in my birth video. I think I'm gonna be linking so many of those videos, just so that if you didn't watch it, you better go catch up. Anyways, and then I also just said a brief thank you on behalf of my husband and I. Just also for people to go have some lunch that we had prepared or supper at that time. And yeah, that thank you. And I think just like for us to be fast, that it's getting late. I know curfew is over, but I don't like inimayufiku and all that. That's all I said briefly. My husband didn't speak. Yeah, he's not about that life. So yeah. What happens when parents arrive? So okay, so I only posted pictures now of when my family arrived. They arrived, and then someone is supposed to go get them konu at the door gate. Almost we are in town. Like my in-laws home is kind of in town, so we don't have the village house set up. But other than that, supposed to go get them at the main entrance and then take them to Iitala and get to my kitchen. And then they put their imbales, and then the whole idea was I had a place that was set up for when they go there and put their things, then the parents, the elders, sit at a certain place to do the introductions and getting to know each other before they get into the tent where everybody else is, other guests who are only there on behalf of the baptism and not necessarily that event. So if I had thought about it well enough, I would have we would have done that. We would have had separate hours for that. Like maybe tell the guests a specific time and tell the elders a specific time, so they would have found us done with that process already. But then the whole confusion came in because of one, we're already not calling it Iitala pepata, because I had explained in my video that because of me having a child or what, they say they don't call that Iitala pepata. And that's also one of the questions that someone asked me, that does it change the moment a child is involved? I don't think it's like that for every family. It's just that for my family, or at least that's what we were told. And I know so many people that have had children or have children that had Iitala pepata. So I don't think it's based on that at all. It's just family thing, I guess. but it's just the wording. So there was a miscommunication in terms of, is it just the wording that changes, or is it the whole process that changes? So the parents went to their pata, they put in balaevo, but then they ended up going straight to the tent. So we ended up doing the introductions in the tent, but not even the way it was supposed to be done, or at least I thought so. And then the other question was, what happens when parents go kepata? To be quite honest, let me just say this as a disclaimer. I'm the first of my mom's children, my parents' children, to have Iitala pepata. So, because not all families do it. So that means that I have never seen it being done. I don't know how it happens. So I was kind of just winging it, going my way. My mom and my mother-in-law are also not very, very traditional people, as in they don't know these things so well. So we were all kind of just consulting here and there, but kind of just doing it our way, I guess. So yeah, when we went to the kitchen, I just told the parents that here's a patolonelli la ngela melina. My husband was with me. We don't know if he was supposed to be with me or not, but he was there, as you saw. And then one of my aunties just spoke basically that mafia, the stoves are 3 representing ukwatatu. Then I replied saying Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's how I understood it. I don't know if there was a different meaning to what she meant, but that's how I understood it. So that's what I said out loud. And then the parent said, eh. And I thought maybe she meant like 3 children, child. I receive. But yeah, anyways, did you have a program? No, we didn't have a program. I don't know if you should or you shouldn't, but also the fact that it was a baptism, maybe we should have had one. But all we did is we just took Dupri last minute to be the MC, Phil's uncle to do the welcoming of the families, the pastor who married us, who's also my cousin, to do the prayer, and then told them to start eating. But then before they ate, we had to go with the parents to go see now Kepata, do the formal thing, since we didn't do it when they brought in ballet, you get. So I don't know, I think when someone is planning these things, they really need to consult with people that have done it, so you really, really know what happens. I've only attended one Iitala pepata, which was for my husband's aunt, our aunt now, but we didn't even go. We don't know whatever happened. We just went to eat. So the traditional part of things, or whatever happens, we were not part of the process, so we don't know whatever happened there. So yeah, is it a must to have deco? No, it's not a must, to be honest. And if I didn't have my son's baptism, I would not have had a deco. Would have had deco. Let me tell you what I would have done. Me, ideally, me. I would have had a tala, put chairs, my dear, maybe even like a circle, like Oshiongi, like a meeting or something. Okay, no, let me not be ghetto. But yeah, no, like I would have just had like a setup where people are sitting close enough, just far apart for COVID protocol, but still in a place where they are able to speak to each other and get to know each other, like the elders and stuff. Because it would also have been involving friends and like as many people as we had invited. So yeah. And speaking of which, guys, our people, if you are planning a 50 people event, be prepared for like 100, because we were shocked by the numbers that showed up, because it was meant to be really, really, really small. We didn't invite even everybody that we wanted to invite, just because we're like COVID protocols, you know. We also just didn't want too many people around because we knew the kids were going to be around. But child, I forgot the skin of the color of my skin, because yeah, no, but it's fine. Does one need cake for Iitala pata? No, you don't. But if you want to for dessert, you can do it. My dessert was watermelon. We had cake and cupcakes, but the main dessert that people had to eat was watermelon because it was hot. Does what goes me in Bali? So I would advise now, if someone is having Iitala pata, that you buy really, really small things that you put in the parents' things. What I would have done, okay, one of the questions is how did I prepare and what are the do's and don'ts and what would I do differently. So this is the part that I really would have done differently. I bought small things. I bought small salt packages, small macaroni packages, small rice packages, I think. Bought boxes of soups, yeah, sopa, small oil, small, and then a lot of onions, and what else did I buy? No, sugar. Did I buy sugar? I don't think so. I don't think so. And then this Muslim, we killed a cow, so then we put meat in the thingies. But now the thing is, number one, we had already underestimated how many people we're gonna get, meaning we underestimated how many imbales we're going to get. And because of that, I didn't pre-package properly some of these things, because I now had to kind of share into different imbale, because the things were way more than we expected. So what I would have done, I would have, you can take like one until you can put like oil and meat and maybe salt, or oil and meat and osopa, or the other one you can put macaroni and meat, or macaroni, salt and meat, or macaroni, oil and soup. Like, you don't have to give meat to everybody, I think, but like if you have enough meat you can do that. So I would have pre-packaged them properly, and then put the mimbale. So take a lot of those small quantities. You can put onion in all of them, and then you can add those other extra things, like, because people bring you stuff, so they can't go back empty handed. Now culture, you can't give people back imbale empty. So yeah, that's what I put in imbale. How did it prepare, and the do's and don'ts? What would you do differently? That's one of the things I would have done differently for sure. The other thing is I would have overestimated. I did overestimate, but I think I should have overestimated. Sure, guys. The third thing was what I would do differently. Have a proper plan in terms of delegating. Like, I underestimated how much manpower I was gonna need as well, because I ended up having to be at like 3 places at the same time. Instead of having this person who do this and that. I did have a lot of friends that pulled their weight, or not really a lot, but I had like some friends that pulled their weight to come and just, instead of being guests, they came to help out, because it was really a lot. It was hectic, and I'm really grateful. Like, let me say specifically to my friend Anna, shout out to her, like, yo guys. But yeah, and then what else would I do differently? Yeah, the pre-packaging. Oh yes, the storing. So the things that come in ballet, it's like ufila, so flour, ilja, sorghum. Wait, what is sorghum? No, this milli, maize meal. Wow. Sorghum is iljavala, I think. Chale. Yeah, but okay, you know what? Ilja, ufila, iljavala, ongava, yokundunga maladu ilja. Oh yeah, we also had that on the, so the ito that were on the table, we put the traditional drink inside there for people to drink just right from their seat without having to go elsewhere. So yeah, so I would have had extra containers to store the things that were brought from me. I ended up using a lot of them imbale from my wedding, because once you get a lot of those, you get so many of those. So I took some of those to store, because obviously people have to go back in imbale, so I needed somewhere to store this thing, so I used my things. But I would advise people to have like those, not on my vela even, but like what is it, the black big plastic containers, man, so that you have one for flour, one for ilja, the other one for iljavala, the other one for ongava, separately, so that when people come, you store it there. But then also, that's something I would advise you do after, because you have to kind of, like my mother-in-law was tasting to see which flour was as good or was very good or whatever. So you don't have to, so you just don't end up mixing it all well. Some of it is not as good, maybe she says like maybe it stayed too much in the water or whatever. So yeah, but point is, have enough storage containers or storage bins, to put those things, because we had to come with some of it to Ventuk. We put like in big plastics or mevela. Also because I love ukatete komahango, even though I don't like pap, I love ukatete komahango so much. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope it helps someone who's going to plan Iitala. I feel like my friend even said that I'm always a guinea pig of our friends, like she was referring to these other friends of ours. But yeah, I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have an example. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was not supposed to happen, what was supposed to happen. But I love my family. They are very forgiving, and they excuse some of the mistakes that I probably did. But yeah, all in all, it was a good event. It was good, really. But I will not repeat it ever again. No, sweetheart, no. Cause yeah, but yeah, no, thank you guys so much. I hope you learned something. Guys probably wouldn't learn anything from this, but yes, for all of you that have done it before, you can leave some advice in the comment sections for other people that are yet to plan theirs, to learn something. But my biggest advice, my best advice is consult with your family members, consult with your family, with your friends that have done it before. I'm sure there's other people that do it differently or have better advice, and I was just sharing my experience, and also just answering some of the questions that I kept getting from the video that maybe were not clear, or maybe it's just some people feel like they would learn from it when their time comes. But yeah, cool guys, do subscribe, do share. Until we see each other next time. Oh yeah, and I will learn to reply in the DMs. You can slide in the DMs for the right things. Okay? Ciao.